Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Growing Up with Godzilla. This is my show where I have conversations with Godzilla fans about how they've grown with the character and franchise over time. We are nearing the end of season 4, which is kind of wild to think. And honestly, it's been kind of an atrocity that I've not had this person on as a guest, other than making like a cameo here and there on the show, because I've known this person probably the longest of almost everyone in the Godzilla fandom. So this wonderful human being is a skilled writer, a musician. I mean, the list could go on, frankly. So I am excited to have on my dear friend, Matti Keskiivari, or GMAT. Oh, are you
Oh,
keeping up appearances?
well, I guess you need to for this show.
I guess so, right? Now, Maddie, I am so excited to have you on the show finally. How does it feel to finally be here? Because I know it's been a long time in the making.
Yeah, I am super excited to be on the show. I have I have waited for this day ever since the show started. So I'm so
Oh,
happy that we are finally here.
I am happy to have you here. And so, like, you did make a brief appearance on the Kaiju Galaxy anniversary episode, which was last season, I think, if memory serves me correctly. Um,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, and so in that time, I think that we had been having conversations about, like, you appearing, and I'm glad that we're finally making it happen because I think but for us, like, the time difference is probably, like, the biggest thing, right?
Yeah,
And you know what? Everyone, Maddie deserves some significant kudos because you tune in for a lot of the live premieres of the episodes, even though it's like midnight your time, like
nearly. Yes.
like nearly midnight your time. So
Mm.
now you have been like one of the biggest supporters of the show as well. So like that really means a lot to me. So Maddie, so we met quite a long time ago. So we have been in each other's orbits since the old message board days, way back in like what, 2005 probably. I think was it 2005? Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, 2005 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So we connected with each other on sites like Rodan's Roost and of course my own website Kaiju Galaxy. And so I think we quickly hit it off at that time and we like talked regularly and we just bonded over talking about literally all things Godzilla. I remember very well that like you were composing and performing music as well because you got to live through the era of my life where I was doing the very cringy Mothra videos. Um, so and you were like, Donny, bless your soul, like you doing these videos. I just found them recently, like buried in like an old external hard drive, and
Uh,
they probably will never see the light of day again, but I was just like, I remember, like, I knew you would remember those days a long
mhm.
time ago. So, but eventually in 2007, we got to meet at G Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, so I will never forget. We had these elaborate plans of having like this huge reunion of like everybody on Kaiju Galaxy, right?
Hmm.
And I got there. This was my first time. I think was it your first time at G Fest?
Yes.
So we both had our first time at G Fest in 2007. So like I remember going into the dealer's room and I'm like, am I gonna meet somebody? Am I gonna see somebody from Kaiju Galaxy? And lo and behold, we were looking at figures, and you were the person I was standing next to. And I looked over and I'm like, oh my god, Maddie, hello. And it was great. Like, what was that first like? What was your first G Fest like for you?
It was like a dream come true. I mean, it was like just the fact that I got to meet so many of the other fans for the first time. It was just quite mind blowing actually.
No, same here. I know, like, I was mind blown seeing you too because, well, like, I mean, you get to know people for years, right? And then, like, you finally have the moment where, like, oh my God, I'm actually meeting these people face to face. It's a great, G Fest is a great space for that, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah.
And, I don't think people realize, I know this is the most cringy millennial thing that I always say, but like, in like the early to mid 2000s when literally many of our friends were like we just had online connections, right? It was like the huge booming breakout of the internet before social media took hold.
Yeah.
Like it was our opportunity to finally like meet these people face to face that we had not seen in however long, right? So so for your first G Fest, do you remember what you bought? What did you bring home with you?
Ooh. Ah, that's a good question. I'm sure that I bought a few uh, movies at least. Yeah, one thing that I bought at least was this bootleg DVD of Ultraman Tiga movie, and
Yes.
I think I also got the huge Bandai Grand King Ghidorah from Martha 3.
I think I remember you getting that, yeah.
Yeah.
I, so I remember I got a Batra plushie.
Ah.
I think I got some, like, Bandai figures as well. I think I got, like, Gigan and Destroya and a few.
Mm.
But I think my favorite things that I bought in 2007, I spent probably $150. I had been saving up this money, like, I was fresh out of high school. Like, I was a kid still. I was saving so much money to buy the Japanese versions of the Mothra trilogy soundtracks, like the dual
Ah.
disc ones, and I
Mhm.
I met up with somebody who was selling them, and I spent a lot of money on those. I spent s But you know what? I loved them. So, I still
Mhm.
have them actually. I listen to them so much, but I don't know, like, I really think that people should celebrate their first times at G Fest because, like, now you and I have been to, like, several G Fests, if not I think you've been to more G Fests than I have. How many G Fests have you been to?
I think I have been there a full 10 times now.
And yeah, so you've been more than I have. I've been to, I think, 6 G Fests at this point.
Mm.
So, I got a lot of catching up to do. Got a lot of catching up to do. Well, Maddie, we are here to talk about your story as a Godzilla fan, right? So you've watched this show since the beginning. You've been on this journey with me, like following the process of this show. And I think it's important that we reflect on our histories as Godzilla fans a little bit. So, how were you first introduced to Godzilla all the way back to the beginning?
I can remember quite well how it all uh, started for me, and I have actually shared this story uh, on my own YouTube channel before, but I don't mind sharing it again. So back in the fall of 1998, I was at this shopping mall with my family, and there was this one store that had these posters of movies that had just recently come out in theaters, and I stopped to look at one of those posters, and there was this big dinosaur-like fort, and it was surrounded by these skyscrapers and cars and such, and then I looked at the name Godzilla, and I
Mm.
thought, okay, this looks this looks interesting. Sometime quite soon after that, maybe like a month later or so, I was again shopping with my family. This time in my hometown, and I saw these 5 VHS tapes, which all had the name Godzilla. So it turns out that 5 of the Japanese movies were released on VHS here in Finland, most likely because of the US movie. And if my memory serves me right, I asked my mom to buy me one of those tapes, and that turned out to be Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from 1974. And I still have the tape here, and this is actually quite funny because on the front cover it's got all these images from the 93 movie, but then on the back there are actual stills from from the 74 movie.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
Well, so I can imagine that's kind of misleading for some. Like, I'd be like, "Wait, what? Like, why is Rodan not in this movie? Like, what?"
yeah,
No, that has to be very surreal. Like, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla Showa was your first Godzilla film, like it was mine.
yeah,
Oh, okay, so I see. It's like a box set that, like, all that is so cool. So it
yeah.
is. Oh,
Uh,
interesting. And a lot of, like, especially American Godzilla fans, like, I don't think they realize that, like, in other countries, there are different prints of the films. Like, there are different, formats and things like that. And frankly, like, I don't think they realize that some places have had delayed releases too, more so than we've had delayed releases. So, no, I think what a great memory. Like, that is a great memory of
yeah,
and you said it was within a month of seeing, like, that first semblance of Godzilla, and you were like, "Oh, you found something closer to home."
yeah.
Well, so this was childhood, right? So, like, as you got older, did your love of Godzilla just keep growing? Like, did you get more exposure to the franchise? Like, share a little bit as you got older.
Yeah. I mean, quite soon after I saw the 74 Mechagodzilla, I got the rest of those VHS tapes, and then I started to get some of the other movies as well, and those were all like mostly these UK VHS tapes. I mean, we would we would quite often go to the UK and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean, I quite soon found out about all these other kaiju and tokusatsu uh, franchises, and it just kept accelerating. And I do say that I got to be more and more of a fan as the years went on. But there was this one point in my teen years where I nearly stopped being a fan, and that's because, as you might expect, I got bullied at school because of Godzilla, and there was this one point. I think it was uh, sometime in junior high, where I took all of my VHS tapes and so on, and I just told my dad that I'm just gonna throw this away because I can't stand the bullying anymore. But luckily, my dad talked me out of that.
Oh, Maddie, I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah,
That I mean, I think a lot of Godzilla fans will resonate with that though, because I feel like myself included, dealt with some bullying over Godzilla. Like, people would often just be dismissive of us. They would just other us in some way for just liking this character, right? I really commend everything that we've been through because, like, I feel like we had to go through a lot in order to get to where we are now, right?
yeah,
I wish I was like your friend in high school because I would have fought people. I would have been like, "You're a terror," like, ooh, but no. So, but I really commend your dad for helping you stay true to yourself,
yeah,
right? Because I feel like when we do come against that bullying, especially as, like, young kaiju fans, like, our instinct is to, like, sometimes let go of the thing that we love most.
Hmm.
because we feel that shame. And now, of course, looking back on it, do you ever have moments where you're like, wow, I really felt that way? Like now I would never like throw my stuff away. But like at that point in time, you were probably like just so
Absolutely.
downtrodden. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, like I remember feeling that way about like all the writing stuff that I used to do, like the fan fiction and stuff like that. I went through many moments where I was like, I'm gonna just delete everything because I was being like harassed or bullied or whatever. And then I don't know, I think one of my friends encouraged me and I kept them like I feel like we try to like control when we're bullied. I feel like the only thing we do have control over is our creative outlets or like the things that we love. And so, and in order to feel some sort of control, sometimes I think the only option we think of is to like, oh, I need to like get rid of it. I need to like put some distance between myself and this thing that is the subject of that's causing the bullying, right?
Yeah.
So no, so I'm really proud of you for your strength and for not allowing those hateful people to rob you of what you like something that you love, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Well, okay, so this was the teenage years, right, that we're talking
Mm.
about.
Yeah.
So, how did it change as you grew older beyond that into adulthood? Like, did you continue becoming more of a fan? Like, obviously, you branched into the online spaces a bit more. Do you wanna talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I guess ever since the first G Fest, I've been active on YouTube, at least for my own content. That usually varies from time to time, but yeah, I mean, I have been trying to like bring awareness to Godzilla here in Finland at least because well the kaiju films are quite so popular here. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, and actually actually one big thing that I got to do about that was last year when the 74 Mega Godzilla was actually shown at this movie theater, and I actually got to like do this introduction speech uh, before the movie, so that was quite special for me.
I think I remember you posting about that. Like, that was so cool.
Yeah,
Well, and it goes to show that kind of like what you were saying earlier, like in a space where there's not a lot of kaiju films like showcase, like you are doing the educating, right? Like
yeah,
you are educating on the histories, the narratives, the importance of the franchise. So major props to you for that.
thanks.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, obviously, like as you grew older, like that's how we were all brought together, like through the different spaces that we've been in. Like we were saying earlier, Rodan's Roost, Kaiju Galaxy, Toho Kingdom, I think as well. I think
Yeah.
you were on Toho
Mhm.
Kingdom. That's kind of like how like these friend groups emerge. Because I know like Cindy, for example, like has known you since all the way back then too. So isn't it kind of surreal to think that it's been 20 years?
Almost, yeah, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I just
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing aspects of your story with us. That was really meaningful to me. But now I have some like indulgent questions that I like to ask everybody as well. So,
Mhm.
now all these years later, which Godzilla films would you say are your favorites and why? I usually tell people to go with a top 3 if they can.
Mm. Right. Well, I can give you a top four actually.
Perfect.
So my number one favorite, simply because that was my big uh, gateway into this whole franchise. Uh, my number one is still Mechagodzilla 74.
It should be, right? The nostalgia factor. Like
Hmm.
I would say that's pretty important.
Yes. And then number two is uh, 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 the original.
Love that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I don't think I need to say anything about that. It hasn't been said hundreds of times now. I mean, it's just a masterpiece. Enough said.
Yeah. Without the strength of that movie, do you think we'd have 38 Godzilla movies at this point? Probably not, right?
Mm, not likely. Yeah.
Like
Mm,
that movie is like the anchor that like
mhm,
carries everything. So I agree with you completely.
yeah. And then number three is this one.
I love the Kiru duology.
Hmm.
What draws you to that movie?
Yeah. This is actually something that well, it has not always been like on my favorites list, but in the past like maybe 10 years or so, I started to like really appreciate the whole storyline and things like that in that movie, and well, of course, it's got one of the best human leads in any Godzilla movie, Akane.
Oh my goodness, I agree with you. I agree with you completely.
Mm.
Like, you cannot go wrong with Akane whatsoever. Like, she is such a stellar character. In fact, I think all the characters in that movie are really thought-provoking characters.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, the backstory with, like oh, what's the kid's name? Sarah? S
Yes,
Yeah,
Sarah.
and her dad, like, it's
Yeah.
just, like, such an interesting, such an interesting story.
Yeah.
So that was your number 3, you said?
Yes.
Okay, what is your number 4?
Number four uh, is Shin Godzilla.
Oh, yes. Ooh, okay, so what draws you to Shin Godzilla?
Shin Godzilla is it was quite a big thing when it first came out because I mean it was the first Japanese Godzilla movie that we got in in what nearly 12 years. It is quite meaningful in that sense, but then I just love the way that the movie is made, like the cinematography, especially. It's just uh, I'm just blown away every time I watch it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's interesting because, like, for me so when I celebrate, like, Godzilla's anniversary, like, my go-to films right now are obviously the original,
Hmm.
sometimes The Return of Godzilla,
Oh yeah,
oftentimes Shin Godzilla, and then once like, I of course, Godzilla Minus One as well, but
okay,
Shin Godzilla, like, I feel like Shin Godzilla was the great experiment, if you know what I mean,
yes.
because I feel like Toho was really, like they were, like, going out on a limb with Shin Godzilla. They were like, "Is this gonna really take? Is this gonna, like, really circulate?" And it did.
Mm,
Like, it really took off, and people started loving that film. Again,
mhm.
I think I've said this in a prior episode, I don't think Godzilla Minus One would have the success it's had without the success of Shin Godzilla. Like,
Oh
Shin
yeah.
Godzilla set the stage.
Hmm.
Shin Godzilla walked, so Godzilla Minus One could run. No, that is a great top 4. That is a great does it change a lot, or does it usually stick to those 4?
It has been this way like pretty much every year. Yeah.
Mhm. Good, as it
Hmm.
should be, right? So, are there any so this is another indulgent question, are there any particular kaiju or human characters that are your favorites? If so, what draws you to them?
That's a good question again. As far as human characters go, well, I mean, like I said, and I think I have said this like in the live chat, like so many times in the past. Uh, my number one favorite human character from a Godzilla movie has to be Akane from the Kiryu movies.
Oh my goodness. She's phenomenal.
Hmm.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that the main reason why I love her so much is especially 10 years ago when I like really began to love that movie and was I can relate to her so much how she tries to like find her own own place and worth in this world and so on.
Yeah. Well, especially with the history that you described earlier, right?
Mhm.
Like, I think that's like for those of us who've been like bullied or harassed in the past, like I feel like that's a solid reason why we immediately gravitate to Akane, right? Because
Mhm.
like we literally see her go through that in that first film,
Yeah.
100%. And then like by the time Tokyo SOS comes along, we see that she has found her way and that she has a career, she's going places, like it kind of gives us like this template of like, oh, we can do that too. Like we can get past these people being genuinely horrible, right?
Yes. Mm.
So no, I think that's a great character to pick. And I frankly think that I would argue that she's like up there with like Miki Sagusa as like one of like the best characters in the entire franchise.
Yeah.
So what about any like your favorite kaiju?
Kaiju. Well, that is a bit tougher to say. I mean, I love the big guy himself, but as far as the other kaiju go, well, I mean, I of course love the big five like Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan, and Mechagodzilla and King Ghidorah. But a bit besides those, probably uh, a bit cliche pick, but I do love Anguirus. He's an underdog, so yeah.
We do love an underdog, right?
Yeah.
Anguirus has really grown on me over the years because like I used to like I don't want to say like I didn't used to dislike Anguirus, but I think because I struggled so much with Godzilla Raids Again,
Uh,
like Anguirus just never resonated with me. But then like I would watch like Destroy All Monsters and like Godzilla versus Gigan, and then I'd be like, I actually love Anguirus. Like, what is
mhm.
wrong with me? You know? So, well, do you want? Here's the big question, Maddie, that I ask
Mhm.
everybody: how has Godzilla shaped you into who you are today?
I guess Godzilla is basically the main reason how I have discovered like my big fancies and interests and so on. Through Godzilla, I gradually began to get interested filmmaking and also through Godzilla, I discovered the whole country of Japan and the whole and the whole culture and so on. And I just began to get more and more interested in everything else from there as well.
Yeah, I like. It's interesting how much Godzilla shapes our creative and career interests, right? And I mean, I've shared with you like how much Godzilla has really shaped what I do for a living as well. Like, I really feel like as people, we don't appreciate that level of influence. Like, when you really fall in love with a character and a franchise and a narrative, like that then can transfer into falling in love with the culture surrounding the storytelling, right? And the community that surrounds the storytelling and the narrative itself. And I think that as people, we find ways to grow from that and to kind of like assimilate it into what we do every day and how we live every day.
Mm.
Some people might call us nerds for that, and I'm at the point where I own that. I'm fine with being
Oh
like
yeah.
it's funny when I was in high school, Maddie. I would get so offended when somebody would call me a nerd or a geek, and now I'm just like, bitch, call me a nerd. Like, call me a nerd. I don't care. I will own it,
Mhm.
and it'll be great. So,
Yeah.
well, okay, Maddie, do you consider yourself a collector? Do you
Oh yeah.
collect? That's
Mm.
me peering into your background to see what you have in the background. Oh, I see some Sailor Moon figures too. Love
Oh yeah.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. So how far does your love of collecting go? Like, when did you start collecting figures or memorabilia?
Yeah. Well, I mean, uh, quite soon after I had seen the first few movies, I got some of the Trendmasters figures because they actually brought those to Finland, so that was quite cool, and
Was that around the time that you first got into Godzilla?
yes, yeah.
Okay, so we were exposed to the Trendmasters figures probably around the same time. Well, I think
Mm.
we got them in the United States probably in like, was it 1995 or 1996? So it sounds like it
Okay.
was a few years later for you, like maybe a couple
Yeah,
of years later.
yeah. And then when I was younger, I had this like big plans to get like many of these figures, but nowadays I don't really I don't really buy so many figures that much uh,
Mhm.
anymore. Now I mostly collect the movies themselves. I have so many DVDs and DVDs, VHSs and Blu-rays and s- and even like a couple of laser discs.
I Cheers to a good laser disc.
Yeah, and I also collect the all the soundtracks. I have all the 50th anniversary Godzilla box sets over there, and recently I've been also getting the more recent 70th anniversary CDs, like here's one of
Oh,
uh,
one of my favorite soundtracks. So my goal has been to start collecting the soundtracks more because I mean, you know me, I used to really love collecting the soundtracks.
mm,
And then I found out that what is it, Mondo? Is it some company is actually selling records of
yes.
some of the musical, like I know there's one for like the Mothra trilogy,
Oh yeah.
which, hold your breath everybody and be surprised by this. I've not bought it yet. I need to get my shit together and actually buy it because it is so beautiful. I really need it. I really need it.
Mm,
So,
yeah. uh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And actually I am going to do something that I think is a first for for this show, and a,
are
a
you gonna
live
do an unboxing?
a live unboxing. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, everybody, we need your undivided attention for this live unboxing.
Yes. So it's the it oh it's the brand new 4K of the first camera.
Oh my gosh, the anniversary 4K, right?
Yes.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh my god, thank you for doing a live unboxing. That's so cool. And honestly, like especially if you're a Gamera fan, like I think that is a pretty crucial movie to have in your collection, at least this particular version especially.
Mhm.
So, oh, that's exciting. Are you gonna watch it later today?
Maybe not now, but since the actual anniversary is tomorrow on Thursday, I will be watching it then.
Yes. Good.
As far as the other things that I collect, I do also sometimes buy some of these books, like I got this one over here.
Mm. Yep. Oh, that's a beautiful one too. Our girl. That's our
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, and what's also quite cool to see in this, and uh, she's all grown up now.
She is. Wow. And she honestly, like, she is kind of ageless. Like, because, well, she was at G Fest, what was it, in 2023? I think she was
Uh,
a guest at G Fest.
yes, Shaku was, yeah.
Yes. And one of my biggest regrets is that I did not go that year, so I did not get
Yeah.
to meet her.
Uh,
Um, but like just seeing her thriving with Godzilla fans was just such a really cool thing to just a really cool thing to witness.
yeah.
Uh yep. Oh my god. I might need to add that to my collection. Like
Mm,
that is a great book. Thank you for sharing, like that is a very like treasured find. So
yeah,
thank you for sharing that with
yeah,
us.
yeah. Oh yeah, and also since I know that you love these, I do have this one uh, 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 Mega Godzilla plushie.
That is so cute. That is, and look at his mouth. Like I can't. Like that is so cute. Matt, you know my biggest weaknesses are always going to be a stuffed animal. So, oh, this has been such a great conversation, and I unfortunately have only one question left for you.
Mm.
So, do you have any advice for Godzilla fans who may be new to the franchise?
Okay, so so I have tried so hard to uh, to uh, uh, to think of my answer for this one especially. So I would say that if you are like very into Godzilla and so on, then I think it would be quite good to like start from the very first movie and then work your way through. But but if you are like more of a casual viewer, or fan, I think the safest bet would be like first to go for like the more mainstream movies, I guess. Well, well, of course uh, uh, the MonsterVerse movies are a fine example, and then maybe also like some of them more like other movies that are more like pure entertainment,
Mm,
like Final Wars or Megalon and so on.
mm, excellent ones. Yeah, I really think that it really just depends on one's commitment level and like
Hmm.
what route they would like to take, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, I've had so much fun, Maddie. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
Okay, so you can find me on YouTube. Just search for my name, and you can find me. And of course, I'm also on Facebook, and I am also on Instagram.
Mhm. Great. I will make sure that I have links to all of those down in the comment section or in the description section of the video so everybody can go
Yeah.
find you. And Maddie, I don't say this often, and I think I should say it more, but I really appreciate our friendship, and I appreciate that you've dealt with my shenanigans for 20 years. So, may there be another 20 years of shenanigans. Cheers to that, right?
Yes.
Clink. Everyone, thank you as always for tuning in for this show. And we are nearing the end of the season. It's hard to believe. You can listen to episodes of Growing Up with Godzilla not only here on YouTube, but you can also listen to them on streaming services like Spotify and YouTube Music. I've been trying really hard to get them up to date on streaming services. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channels. And most importantly, Godzilla fans, don't forget to keep standing tall. Bye, everyone.